How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today, part 2 of the plan. If you haven't seen part 1 of the plan, I'll put a card somewhere up here for you to go and take a look at it. And we're going to give this a dry run. We're going to try to make it through at least 2 developments. We're going to try to make it through 2 developments. Maybe I should have scouted this thing out first to see if I'm going to come upon any type of problems that are going to become concerns or issues, but we're not going that far. Maybe a mile and a half, 2 mile loop, and if there's anything that gets in our way, we won't be going that fast to lose it, trust me. But what we got going on for us environmentally is I got a little bit of a breeze, a little bit of a gust. I don't know, 5-8 mile an hour gust. Feels like it's blowing pretty good. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone. It's like it's blowing pretty good from the back, but I'm going to keep it down relatively low. Again, I want to try to see if I can. I'm not going to try to go super high, which I probably could actually in a second test go pretty high up over top of everything. But for now, I want to give it a challenge. I want to see if I can actually get it through around some of these corners, through some of these trees. All these developments have trees that kind of line the road. So I'm going to see if I can get it around. And I'm not going to hit any main roads. So before you hit the button for the FAA, I'm not going to hit any main roads. I want to keep it, in these developments and bring it back. And if I have any issues, I'm going to put it down on the ground. So let's take a look at the setup. So setting this thing up wasn't easy. I mean, I tried to do it this way. I told you I was going to try to mount it to the tank, and it didn't work because you can't connect 2 base plates. No matter how you try, all of the attachments have a single or a triple, and two base plates need singles or doubles actually. So what I ended up doing was finding my bicycle handlebar mount, and then I got a swivel base, and then I ran it up to a cell phone holder, which was able to kind of like hook around the back, but it couldn't hook on the front. So that's what the zip tie for. When you can't hold it in place, duct tape or zip ties, right? That's how you do it. So other than that, I might hook up before I take off, I might hook up the GoPro 360, maybe, so I can get an alternate view. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to keep it in the side view mirror so I can see it at all times. So let me zip tie the GoPro up, and then we're going to get this thing a ride and see how it works. Okay, we got the GoPro all zipped down. Sloppy, but it works. I got this GoPro on a long selfie stick. It's gonna be shooting in 360 mode, so I should be able to get some pretty cool angles from probably even over my shoulder. I know I'm gonna get the whole biking frame over my shoulder. Like I said, I got the full view of the controls, and like I said, we're gonna just give it a shot, see how it goes. So let me shut down this part of it, get the camera rolling on the drone so I don't do all of this and forget to hit the record buttons on both of the cameras, and then let's see how it turns out. couple of things happened. Let's get into what happened before we get into the actual the abilities of the drone. So a couple of things were, I was trying to keep it in the rear view mirror, and these rear view mirrors are tiny, so it was like almost impossible to see this little tiny drone in the rear view mirror. Second thing, which was starting to freak me out, and I was worried about it, was the fact that my my setup here, I should have actually turned this on like a 45-degree angle, because the bounce caused it to drop down, so then I couldn't really see the screen and see what was going on. So, and I was also worried about this little crack, this little micro crack I saw popping up in here. So for a second, next thing was the fact that I mounted the controller on the throttle side of the bike instead of the clutch side, because whenever I tried to fix it, I had to continue to give in throttle, or else the bike would have stalled out. So all of that made it more difficult than I actually thought it was going to be, right? So looking at the video, you can see that the tracking wasn't all that great. I thought it would be better. I barely got over 10 miles an hour. I think the fastest I got up to was 13 miles an hour. And twice, if you saw in the video, twice it lost track of me, and I made it, I don't know, 50 yards ahead of it by what it looks like in the screen. I couldn't actually tell feet wise because I couldn't see the actual screen close enough to kind of fix it. So I aborted on that one, because there was no way if I could make it up a clear path here. I mean, I thought I had some challenges going through some trees in the other development. There's like a lot of trees on both sides of the road. So I aborted. I turned around and I came back the opposite direction, which I knew there were some trees, because I'm like, if it's going to go, into a tree, I'd rather go to it in a tree on a property I probably could recover it from. And, I had last thing was a FedEx truck. I thought, maybe I was at the right height. I was at 12 feet when I started, because I'm like, oh, this will go over top of any truck. And then when I was in the development, I had to lower it so I can see it and fly it back to me, so I can get a lock back on me when I pause in the other development. So that brought it down to maybe like 9 feet. And then when I came, I should have just flew it all the way through. I should have flew it all the way through and let the FedEx truck to see if the FedEx truck was gonna go around at the FedEx truck or go straight into the FedEx truck. But again, I ain't trying to cause no damage to nobody's property. And I don't know if the APAS was on. So don't know if I need to have, I gotta look that up. I don't know if I gotta have APAS on in obstacle avoidance for it to fly around stuff in tracking mode, or if APAS is just like if I'm flying straight ahead and I, fly toward a tree, it's gonna go around the tree instead of going into the tree. So I don't know. But man, I thought it was gonna be better than that. I gave it a little running demo. I'll even show you that I'll do the little running demo on this, and it worked perfectly. So check this out. Perfectly, no issues, nothing at all. But on a bike going 12 miles an hour, and this thing's supposed to get up to like 45, I don't know how it does it. I mean, I might have to get a different, maybe it's the light, maybe it's the sun. I don't know what it was causing the problem of a disconnect or not being able to track me. Maybe flying into the sun was causing it to not be able to see me. Don't know. Some people say that's an issue, but for right now, this is a planned failure. All right, so thanks for watching the channel. Talk to you later.